Pushrod Fury. The big day is here. We are going to attempt to start the 73 XLH. And we've done a boatload of stuff to get here. So, a bunch of videos on this. But replacing the clutch, replacing the starter gear, the starter lever, cleaning up a bunch of electrical contacts, rebuilding the carburetor, all of those things, making sure that the oil is pumping through the system, checking for spark, new clutch, you name it, lots of other stuff. But all these things we had to get done so that we can attempt to start this thing. So we're going to give it a go, just so you can kind of see what else we have. Got fuel in a bottle. It's a little green. I added a tiny bit of two-stroke oil to this. And I'm going to put the camera down so that I can see what I'm doing. And make sure that, see what's going on here. So I have all that. Let's see first, does the carburetor hold fuel or does it flood? Or overflow. So let's see. No leaks yet. Got my fire extinguisher there. This is a dead man throttle, so a couple of those things. That means the fuel pump should have done its job. Gotta turn the key on. Okay. Let's hit run. A little bit of choke. Oops. Burping out oil. Okay, I was a little premature on that. So let's see what happens now. Well, that's what I get for turning the camera off and hunting down points gap and all this other stuff. It's the first time I ran in my hands, and I apologize. I didn't get this. It wasn't pretty, but I had no point gap. Timing's off. I even had it in gear trying to start it. I guess I was trying to destroy the starter motor. And so on and so forth. So anyway, don't be in a rush. It's the first thing, but it runs, sounds pretty decent. Just need to get the timing right and a few other things, and so we're going to tweak on those, but it sounds like a runner so far. Okay, yesterday we had a bit of a problem with the bike even starting and running rough, and like a dodo, I didn't take the timing advance out to make sure it was advancing properly, or it was stuck in advance, and this should move freely, and it barely moves at all. And so there's some cleaning to be done here, so I'm going to clean up the pivots and see if I can get it to move freely and go from there. But I'm going to put some Croil on there and see if we can get this to move. Well, definitely not all glamour, so let's get a little bit of Croil on the pivots. And in here, oh my gosh. Oh, it's totally stuck. There we go, it's starting to loosen up now. Look at that. Yeah, that was totally seized up before. That moves nice now. That was locked up before. That was not ideal at all. Now I've got to get on those little shafts there and lubricate them. Oil this up. Again. You can see it moves perfectly. I'm going to put some 3-in-1 oil on the back side of this as like a temporary countermeasure, but that's a win. All right. There's an alignment pin here, so we want to make sure that that it's on properly, and it is. I can reinstall this. This is a very small bolt, so it's not going to get a ton of torque on it. No idea what that should be. Inch pounds, I didn't see it referenced anywhere. That is much different. I'm going to go ahead and replace the points in the condenser, because why not? They look. I'm going to replace the condenser. I bought an XL condenser. eBay. So here we got a brand new condenser. Slide that one out. I'm just going to reuse that strap since I'm replacing it. You have to save that. You have to save that. Put on my new old stock points. Then this gets reattached here. Okay. That can be loose because I have to adjust it anyway. And I'll connect the condenser once it's on the bike. I've got the timing mark on the other side of the bike at the vertical line. We've got new points on, new condenser, and we need to get this on there, and we need to move to the highest point on the cam. I want to get the I'm just going to center the points plate. Okay. All right, this has already been done by people far more skilled than myself. But essentially you want to be on the high point of that cam. Which is there. And then you set your points gap. So, on the internet, but let's see, we want to get to the high point of that cam. We want a points gap of 0.18. And a little bit of drag on this. Double check that. Yep, tiniest bit of drag, so that feels good to me. I'll double check it. Yeah, that's perfect. I'm gonna put a. I just want to clean the contact points, but I don't want to get solvent on anything that I just lubricated, so there we go. That should do it, just a tiny bit. I've got to set the timing so that when I'm on that vertical mark and fully advanced, I just break the points gap. I just introduce a points gap. So let's see. go. Alright, since yesterday I took off the timing advance, it was frozen, cleaned that up, lubricated it all, made sure it was moving freely, installed new points, set the gap, new condenser, and I also noticed, or I got a, I posted a video and Ironhead guru said, hey, it looks like you've got a problem with your butterfly, and sure enough the butterfly's only opening like quarter way. So I removed the throttle cable, which seemed to be impinged, and I'll work the throttle by hand at the carburetor. We'll go from there. Alright, let's see if we have an improvement.